Alright. One replay a day, day 20. Today's match is a PvP on Expedition Lost. I believe he was random. I don't really remember, but I think he was. Alright, so we speed it up. I'm gonna do my standard PvP things, as in getting a gateway and getting a warp gate. Get my gateway down, I start to scout. I'm gonna go see that he has a forge. I did not see this. Actually, I want to see if he dodged my probe coming across. Yeah, he set across pretty early. So he got there, and what do I see in my vision? Do I see his probe there? I don't think so. Oh, I did see his probe there. Or I could have seen his probe there, but I think I was busy across the map. Oh, nope, I had just gotten back. I could have seen that. It would have been a tell. But, no, didn't see it, so... He's thrown down a pylon right outside my base, and I'm gonna go find out that he's got a forge. Just a little unfortunate, because my gateway is on the left or right side of my base. So he's getting down a cannon. It used to be that you could use a pylon to warp up onto high ground with cannons, which was a little bit MBA. But what he did here is get that cannon there so I can't attack this cannon with my probes. Unfortunately, while that's happened, his probe gets trapped. So now he is sending a probe across to start building cannons up on the high ground here by this pylon. So as soon as I figured out he had a forge, I threw down a forge of my own, because the counter to a cannon rush is Protoss. I was done with losing that probe. The counter to a cannon rushing Protoss is to build cannons before he can do cannons. So now that I have this cannon up here, he won't be able to place a cannon right in this line to hit my probe line, because this cannon will kill the cannon before it comes up. So I lose my gateway. But I'm throwing down cannons. Alright, so he's got two cannons to my one cannon, but I can have probes attack this cannon here. And I throw down another cannon when I have money. So basically, these two probes attacking are going to equalize for my later cannon right here. So now I've got a cannon on the high ground and he can't get one here anymore. So at this point his cannon rush is done. He's already thrown down another gateway, so his gateway timing is ahead of mine. But I'm at 13, 14 probes. Well, I think I'm going to lose this one, seeing if I can sneak out. I can't. I've got a probe on this side too, and he's got 10. So what he's got going on me now is a little bit of timing on his gateway, but I've got more probes and a bank. So I throw down one more cannon to clear out the rest of this stuff here. So from here on, it's a normal-ish game, because I've successfully defended his cheese. Another way to have beaten that would have been to have seen that probe and sent a couple probes down, and I attempted to kill his probe. And it would have also let me know to move my gateway over to the side here so it didn't get picked off as easily. So I actually get my cyber core down before him, even though he had gateway timing on me. I was also smart enough to pull off a gas for the most part, because I knew I was going to need more minerals for cannons. Also, he throws a bunch of probes into gas right away, so his gas income is considerably higher than mine. But he doesn't have the minerals to really do anything with it. He's going to lose his pylon too. So I threw down a pylon over here from the probe that had scouted his base, but his probe was following mine, so now he's going to kill it with his zealot. I think this probe was coming back for a cannon rush, or it was chasing this probe, I think. I think it was chasing that probe. But as soon as he breaks off, I send it back out and I get another proxy pylon down. He's going to kill that one. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out why I can't turn this into a warp gate and why this cybercore doesn't have warp gate researching. All the time not realizing that I have warp gate researching right here. So now I'm thinking it's a bug and something went wrong. I'm getting a robo, by the way, which is a good choice. So I feel like his next option could be DTs. Go right from one cheese into another. So I'm getting an observer out. But while this is happening, I throw down a proxy pylon in his base, and I'm thinking to myself, if I have a proxy pylon but I don't have warp gate, because I don't realize I have 2 cyber cores and I'm actually still getting warp gate, what I need to do is throw down proxy gateways in his base and just build units out of it and hope he doesn't see. So at this point, in a few seconds here, I'm going to start throwing down gateways in his base to make units. So I've got my observer going across the scout because I don't want to send this probe out because I don't want these gateways to get scouted. What does he see on vision? Is he going to see that? Maybe when this gateway finishes he will. That probe is so close. No, I think it'll be at our edge. Anyways, get in Immortal, get in another observer. I threw down my expansion too because I didn't see anything coming across. And I think his warp gate might be bugged too, so I think it's going to be a weird game. So I see he hasn't expanded. Just good times for me. I realize I have warp gate. So now I've got these gates here in his base. I throw down a couple more here because I think I'm going to lose these pretty soon. So I'm like, shit. These were wasted gates. But what do you do? I've got my expansion up and I see that he's got nothing coming out. These observers are just going to miss each other. I worked on a couple sentries. He's still floating a lot of gas and he just doesn't have minerals to do anything with it. He's just starting to get saturation now. But I've still got more income. I've got way more income now that I have another base. So I see that he's coming across. He saw my proxy power on the side with his observer and he sees Mothership core across. I see what he has as an army and what he sends out. So as I see that he's outside his base now, I'm warping in Zealous to send into his mineral line. Unfortunately, he moves back into his base before I do anything about it. He hasn't realized it? Okay, he just realized. So he gets out of there pretty quick. I'm not even going to get a probe. I do get a photon overcharge. But that looks like that's all I'm going to get. So I run away with the probe because I'm going to try to save it. Is he going to find these gates? I think he finds them here. Yeah, so he sees a warp gate in his base. So these are all lost now. Sad times for me. Maybe if I hadn't been rustled after the cannon rush, I'd have realized I had 2 cyber cores. I did realize it, I think, by this point. After I got warp gate, I went, what the hell? But once again, I know he still hasn't expanded because I have an observer sitting in his base. So my economy is vastly superior. And at this point, I am moving to Colossus, because Colossus are, I don't know what Chris just had, but it said holy smoked horse buttholes, I believe. Anyways, I've got my Robobay coming up because Colossus are the way to go, unless they go Skytoss, but I know he's not going Skytoss. One, because oh, PC's my observer. I think I'm quick enough to get it out, though. Yep, I am. Anyways, Skytoss is the way to go, or Colossus are the way to go unless they go Skytoss, specifically Void Rays. Or, I guess getting circled against Colossus too, but Void Rays are so hard to deal with as Protoss. because Stalkers are unitary unit. Void Rays are very good against Stalkers when charged. So I know he's coming across with an attack here. But I believe I've got a fairly similar army to his, so it's 3 Immortals, 5 Stalkers, and a few Zealots. Or Zealots. He's got 4 Immortals, a couple Sentries, a few less Zealots, and 1 more Stalker. But I have an overcharge. And he's got to come over in. So I get a time warp off, and he recalls. I did threat out a Sentry too. Alright, so my observer's not in position to see if he's expanding, so I send my probe in to see that he just expanded now, but he's miles behind at this point. I've got a fully saturated expansion up, so I start my 3rd. Might as well stay 1 expansion ahead. I know he just recalled. So in this time, he's getting upgrades. Oh, he has +1. Do I have upgrades? Did I forget upgrades? No, I've got +1 also, so we're going good. I've even got armor on the way. Our builds are exactly the same, except I'm miles ahead in economy, and I'm building Colossus. And it's going to carry me through the rest of this game. So basically what I reaffirmed through this game is calm down, don't panic. So what? He tried to cannon rush me. I handled it okay, other than not realizing I built 2 Cyber Cores and couldn't figure out why I couldn't get Warp Gate, and Leslie built proxy Warp Gates in his base. Oh, he does start Colossus, but he's behind. I've already got 3. So pretty soon here I'm going to move out. He's got a Warp Prism coming in. I don't think I see that. Where's my Mothership Core? Did I bring it with me? I do bring it with me. So back home, he sits in cannon range though. He doesn't lose it, but he's not going to do a whole lot. I just warp in here. And then the final battle comes up. And yeah, he photon overcharges, but I've got a fairly decent army at this point. So he force fields himself out, so I kill his expansion. So now I'm on 3 bases. Not fully saturated, but 3 bases nonetheless, and he is on 1. I also realized he didn't have Colossus out yet, so for some reason he was getting Blink Instant and Double Lance without Colossus. So yeah, basically he dies, because Colossus are amazing. And that was that. So, as weird as the game started, I was adding on warp gates too, by the way, so my gate roll was gonna be okay. I was working on my gate roll, but it was a weird game to start. I did a poor job of spending my money in the end, but again, I was my grind. How many warp gates did I have? 3? Well, there are gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. Pretty close to 9. And I did lose 2, but those don't really count. I also do like high proxy pylons on either side. I was hoping he was going to take down these rocks and I could pick them apart on both sides, but it wasn't necessary because he didn't build any Colossus and he economied too late and his cannon rush put him behind. I also threw down Templar Archives, which is good. I didn't actually want to research Storm unless he was going Void Race, but I knew he wasn't. That's really the only reason to get Storm PvP. Well, I suppose also for Storm drops too is harassment, but I could have transferred workers at the end here, but again, I was microing. These patches were just running out, so I could have sent them over to this space and expanded again. But the reason I got the Templar Archives was so that I could make Archons. Archon Colossus Immortal is really one of the best compositions in PvP until you move into Tempest or Void Rays, really, and that's pretty much it. Also, I think Charge is more important than Blink in PvP, especially this late in the game. Blink is nicer early when you can do a bunch of micro stuff, but in main battles, Blink isn't very good unless you're fighting Void Rays or Phoenixes. So yeah, pretty solid game overall. Don't panic when you get cheesed. Helps a lot.